Elron, do you even know what the Ontario flag looks like?
I honestly didn't know you had a fucking flag, if I'm being perfectly honest. I like, do provinces, is it like states where provinces have their own flags?
Yes.
Why? Your country's so small. Do you need multiple flags? You've got like, I mean, like, no, I'm just saying for like America, we've got like 350 million people. Like each state's got like several million. Your
Here we go.
country has like a fraction of our, you don't need that many flags, I don't feel like, right?
No,
What
that's
is
fair. That's
that?
fair.
What is that?
Oh my god. It's an ugly ass flag. Like,
That's terrible.
yeah.
That's gross.
No,
What, like, listen, have the fucking weird British thing or have the shield. You can't have both.
no, we
And
got
it's
both.
like off, it's like off too, right? Like it's, you've got all that dude, there's a subreddit, I think it's Vexillology or something, and they're constantly posting like these aesthetically pleasing images of like flags and images and things like that where the lines are all perfect. This is not that. This would trigger that subreddit so goddamn hard. This is atrocious. This is ugly. I could keep saying this for like 5 minutes and not get bored. It is so gross.
No, I agree. Which is why like the next story is going to be a bit weird because I mean, for one, we're going to touch briefly on why, let's say, why someone would want to cancel the flag. Uh, but we'll touch on that in a second. But the point is, like, regardless of like whether this flag is deserving of being gotten rid of for, let's say, ideological reasons, it definitely needs to be tarnished and burned because of aesthetic reasons. Uh, so this should be something that everyone I think can get on board with because even even if you disagree with the people who are like maybe there's something wrong with this because of our past and stuff like this, at least you can get on board with this is an ugly fucking flag. Maybe we should change it. But that's not really the discourse we're going to get. And I have to say, I think in this clip too, we don't get a lot of actual shots of the flag, but apparently it's getting canceled. So here it goes. David Menzies is going to tell us what's up.
Menzies for Rebel News here in downtown Toronto. Well, folks, is Ontario's provincial flag too colonialist and too non-inclusive? Well, that is certainly the opinion of Mano Majumdar. He is a lecturer at Western University's Ivy Business School, and he has started a petition to get a new flag for the province.
Sorry for the delay. I hope everyone is back. Thank you for returning 2 cars, but we're back. Okay. Is it time to change Ontario's British-inspired flag? A London man thinks so. So he mentioned this was from Western Ontario. So this is home. This guy lives in my city, wants to change the flag, and it's because of our diversity and past. Okay. And can anyone think why this person in particular would want to get rid of the Ontario flag? Elron, take a guess. You got this. I think you can get there. I trust you.
You want me to try to understand why anyone would want to get rid of your ugly ass flag? Is that a joke?
Yeah, but this guy, Mano Manjumdar, why would Mano Manjumdar be mad about this flag in particular? And why
Listen,
is there a
listen.
dotted line
I
around
know
the
you're like highlighting the Union Jack. I know, like, I listen. I know you're highlighting that absolutely disgusting piece of British history on your fucking flag. I'm gonna guess it has something to do with how absolutely horrid those poor teeth having motherfuckers have been throughout all of history. I'm just gonna take that guess.
Yes. So he says, when I first saw the Ontario flag, I thought it was surreal, said Majumdar, who is from India. I'm from a country that was a British colony, and we had the red ensign. It was bizarre to see it flown in a modern, diverse country. It feels out of place with the conversation of reconciliation going on. I happen to agree.
Inner beauty.
Let's go. So, this is why David, he's not going to address any of like those aspects of it, but there's a very clear reason why this person would probably not want that flag uh, in the province where he lives and is likely a citizen. So there you have it. So now the thing's being canceled. So David's come up with a solution. This is David's solution to wanting to cancel the flag.
Chosen by democratic means. Well, you know what? I really like the democratic means part of the petition. So we reached out to a graphic designer. He came up with 4 concepts, 4 new potential Ontario flags that might be more inclusive and less colonialization. Our first one was a spirit unicorn.
Hold on real quick,
Yeah.
because I have to be honest. Every single one of these is better than your current fucking flag. Every single fucking one. And honestly, if Ontario flew the fucking trans pride, LGBTQ pride unicorn flag, I'm fucking on board. That's fucking amazing. Go for it.
I do love the Cheesecake Rising Sun. That is correct.
It's really good.
The justification for it is not going to be as well. I mean, there's a little bit of it that I appreciate, but maybe we'll see. We'll see when it gets.
Are you famous for cheesecake?
No, they explain why specifically this flag.
I don't care what David has to say about the bullshit that he's about to do. It's fine. If you're not famous for cheesecake, fucking get it out of here.
I don't even know what this is. This is some like he's had this before. Like the Power Kids. It must be some like cartoon when David was like 2.
I gotta Google it. Well, yeah, I feel like we saw this bit already with the what was it? What specifically? He was going to like college campuses and showing these flags.
It was to change.
It was a sports team.
Yes, it was to change the Edmonton slur name to Edmonton Elk, and then there was like
that's right, because we all agreed that Edmonton Elks was pretty good. I remember this, yeah.
Which is part of it is like he had that bit, and he's like, that was a good bit. I need to do it again. I need to bring it back.
I wish he had. Well, before we go on, this sort of Power Kids thing is making me think. You haven't seen I Think You Should Leave yet, have you?
No, I've only seen.
Oh, you really need to check out the Little Buff Boys competition. It's really anyone who's in chat who has seen I Think You Should Leave and knows what the Little Buff Boys competition is. I feel like that should be the flag instead of Power Kids.
I do, yeah. The only other clip I saw recently was the one where he wears the full bodysuit to do like a prank show and ends up in the mall and is like, I can't move.
I just want to die.
Yeah, no, that was so good. I eventually will go around to watching the show. But let's see. He's now going to ask people on the street what they think of his. I love this one. Is just a plain white flag. It's so non-offensive. There's absolutely nothing on it. So that's
Corn behind a multicolored flag. It's cute. Who would find offense in that? Then we have the kids from Kid Power, completely diverse, completely multiracial. Hey, they say kids are the future. Personally, I think it's the hovercraft. Then we have a illustration of cherry cheesecake. This is a reminder to the people of Ontario to always be diligent when the next coronavirus wave strikes. As the Premier says, get in your basement, bake cherry cheesecake safely.
I haven't had one of these in years.
And the third one
is just
that's the justification for the cheesecake.
Because Doug Ford likes cheesecake?
So this is a thing that they find really cringy. I don't necessarily find it cringy. This was at the beginning.
I also find it cringy. I'm on board with Rebel News on this one. Your Premier fucking be like, oh, I love cheesecake. Who does that? Who makes a web of that? I don't understand.
Well, like I think part of it too is Jug Meat was getting really popular with doing his own home cooking things, but it wasn't as cringy because Jug Meat knows how to do social media. Okay, and Jug Meat is cool with the youth, so it works better. But The reason why this like happened, because why else would be Doug Ford be doing this, is because right at the beginning of the pandemic, during our very first lockdown, this was an attempt from him being like, "Hey, don't go out to the restaurant. You can learn how to cook. You have the time. You can learn to make like desserts again, home cooked meals, all that fun stuff." And that's why he put together that video. It's a little cheesy and cringy, okay, but like they ridicule it to like a degree that doesn't make sense, like making fun of the fact that he's fat, or like how this was just a showcase of like how gross he is because he wants to lock people up so all they can eat is cheesecake. And it's merely like, out of all the things that Doug Ford has done, that was the least offensive thing. And cheesecake is delicious, so why not? You're home, you're quarantining, make a cheesecake. Why the hell not?
Fair enough. Fair enough.
But the flag still looks awesome, regardless if the reason why he chose it was to make fun of Doug Ford.
Well, it kind of looks like the flag of surrender, doesn't it? It is a simple white flag that is completely, well, I guess it is the flag of surrender, or
for this too.
You could look upon it as being a Etch-a-Sketch canvas. You fill in your own illustration, your own phrase. The sky's the limit. How's that for the democratic process? Anyways, let's find out what the people of Toronto, Ontario have to say about these concepts as a replacement to the traditional Ontario flag. So what would you choose, sir?
The correct facetious answer, of course, is the blank one, so I can add whatever I like.
Or do you
So this guy, I think this guy's a little fucked up. I'm just gonna put it out there. He says some other things later that are yikesy, but he's clearly, I think, ideologically aligned with David Menzies here.
think that might be confused as the white flag of surrender?
Ooh, you see, that's a good point.
Yes.
Why not have an infinitesimal dot that's black on it so you can say the flag is completely white?
Oh, okay then. But maybe people would prefer a predominantly black flag with a little white dot.
That option should be there as well.
Maybe we could have both. It's like sports teams. They have home and away jerseys that are reverse of each other.
Now that makes sense.
What would you choose, sir?
That makes sense. That makes sense. All right. Just put a yin yang on there. Instead of the comma apostrophe, you just have like two halves of a maple leaf. That's the way to do it.
Dollar store Ben Kingsley. He kind of was. Every flag is the flag of Ontario. Yeah, I do like the suggestion that it could just represent whatever anybody wants. That's pretty neat. But also, if it's an infinitesimally small black dot, is it even there? It's infinitesimal. It doesn't make any sense.
Pick the white canvas because you got to leave the flag alone, man. It is what it is. It's been here. The flag's been here before we were here, man. Like, you know,
Sure enough.
you can't reinvent the wheel, right?
The flag's been here before we were here.
I love Brother Man over here being the one to say that too.
Yeah.
I really like that. I really like my brother. Oh boy. Do people just not think before they say anything? Is that what this is? Oh, we're here before you, so
I just
you
like
were
the
brought.
idea. Is there some swamp, like some primordial ooze in the wetlands of Alberta that the flag just emerged before people even existed?
Came out of the fucking tar fully formed. Crawled on land to Ontario. Rose itself up on the mountains, has just been sitting there resting for eons.
Waiting for the formation of Ontario.
Brother, they brought that flag over just like they brought you over. What the fuck are you talking about? It was here before us. No, dude, they brought it over.
You know, it's like there's an Ontario flag tree that just has those as leaves. Oh god. I love yeah. I mean there's the, let's say, more racist elements of saying something like that, but then there's just like the silly elements of it. How silly that is.
A wheel's a wheel's a wheel.
This one.
Spirit unicorn. Yeah, you really can't. I can't see that being offensive to anyone. How about yourself?
The unicorn one.
Unicorn too. Okay, 2 for the
yeah.
unicorn. Which one would you vote for? The Kid Power Kids?
Yeah.
Okay then. Now tell me, when you look at the flag of Ontario, is it offensive to you? Do you see
Yes.
it as being a?
As much as I'm a little symbolic, I don't really pay attention to it.
That one.
You're going with the Kid Power Kids. Why do you like
This
that
guy.
I don't know, cause like it looks cool.
one? I don't.
I fucking love that guy. Jesus Christ.
He looks big out of his mind.
He looks like fucking Shaggy from Scooby-Doo.
You know what he looks like? Have you ever seen the Eric Andre where he does the Ratchet Up skit?
No, I didn't know.
And, let me see, just to get the image. He kind of has that aesthetic. Here,
I don't know, cause like
Jeez.
Ratchet Up!
Not to make fun of this like random guy that David Menzies interviewed for his hit piece, but like, bro, we're laughing with you, not at you. I promise. You really made this. I don't think you understand how much better you've made this piece by being in it. And you're right, it does look cool. I agree with you.
What's with the glasses too? They're like
I don't know, but
cake
they're dope. They're like I think they're like fake chipped, right? So like they look like they've been through the ringer. Or they're really just like really fucking grody, right? They're or they're just like found in a dumpster somewhere.
Ratchet Up!
it looks cool.
I don't like any of those. I'd go with the blank canvas personally.
What's wrong with our flag now?
Probably the blank space.
Part of the what?
Blank space.
The blank space. Oh, and what would you fill in on the blank space, or would you leave it as the flag of surrender?
It's changed by the dead.
You know, he didn't ask the Irish person how he feels about the Union Jack.
Yeah, he did not. He didn't include that part, did he?
I looked up what the Kid Power thing too is. Apparently, it has something to do with UNICEF. I guess it was like some promotion, like it still exists as an organization, but I'm guessing there was some sort of ad campaign for it where they had those images. So it's probably a dated thing that David Menzies remembers when he was a child.
How old is this? It's
Kid Power?
what? Yeah, it looks real fucking old.
It was founded in 1989, apparently, so it's not too old.
It's
I mean,
it's
I would've
amazing.
been 3.
Well, I mean, like it predates me, right? But like it's amazing to me, like like I'm looking at this thing, these like cartoon snippets. I'm like, this looks like something that like Hanna-Barbera would have put out in like the 60s or 70s, right? This looks like the shit, like the Fred Flintstone shit that my mom used to watch. But like, no, it's just 89. It's just 89. It's just 40 odd years ago, maybe. Crazy.
So now David's gonna ask the flag question to a street preacher. Here we go.
Is none other than Jesus.
Yeah, I'd upgrade it to
Because Jesus is the way, the
love
truth,
thy
and the
neighbor
life.
as thyself.
He loves you.
Okay.
Brothers and sisters.
Justice, law, and order.
Okay.
Equal rights and
He
freedoms.
loves you. He loves
Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven.
Okay.
Each and every single one of
There's your new flag.
Look at this one.
He was holding the new flag. I like it. Can we get a close up of that one? Can we get a close up of our new Ontario flag? To beat the heat, Arabian desert dwellers traveled at night became key. This is perfect. This is exactly what I want for your flag.
Of course, this guy would suggest as a flag, just tons of words on a piece of God damn it. Oh my god.
Is the same fake Allah today, clear proof by Quran, kill, ambush, destroy, beat women, Ape
Ape pig.
racist.
Ape pig has no explanation. It's just ape pig.
Ape pig racist.
And then virgin joke.
Virgin joke.
Virgins.
Jesus. Oh my god. I want that so hard to be the Do you have a design team, a production team? Can we get a mock-up of this, please? Design team? What this would look like, please?
I love how he had to add the virgin joke in black marker. It's not even in the you can't see it on the screen. Maybe I can scroll it up a bit. Like it's markered in. It's not the print.
I like. Why did you include this guy, David? What are you doing?
Because he's lonely. I don't know. We needed to know. I do. This guy's interesting though, as well. So we'll get the next dude.
Your new flag.
Look at this one.
You like the cherry cheesecake?
Yeah, because I want dog food more fat. He cannot walk.
You want Doug Ford more fat so he cannot walk.
Yeah, he cannot cheat anymore.
So he wants Doug Ford more fat so he can't walk to the legislature and cheat anymore. And that's why
Fucking
he wants
amazing.
us to have the cherry cheesecake flag.
Yes.
Makes
I
us-
feel like some of these guys are in on it. You know, some of them are in on it.
Yeah.
They're good people up there.
No, like there's been worse segments. Some of these characters are at least add some entertainment. I feel like the last time when they were doing the Edmonton one, everyone was just boring.
I think it would have to be something like just a frog in water, in boiling water, just not noticing what the hell's going on.
So you would draw a frog in boiling water on the white.
That's right, the frog just not noticing the water's going up. That would, for me, would be it.
Is it getting ridiculous in our cancel culture these days that even a provincial flag is offending people?
I say those who are PC.
When you see the
See, it's that where I'm like, that guy's drank too much of the Kool-Aid, you know?
Yeah, no, he's had something. He's had something clearly. That's
flag.
such a yeah.
Sorry, what were you gonna say
No, I was gonna say something rude. So you're good.
about the guy?
Yeah, no, I don't. We don't need
That
to.
guy said "fuck PC," so
Well, you know, I don't need to, you know, pile on and be like, well, I think you have a funny bloggity blog. That's not nice. You know, we got to be better than that. We got to treat. Listen, like
no
the
one's
new
offering
flag of
Kingsley's
Ontario.
rules anymore. So is
Like the new flag of Ontario says, "Love thy neighbor as you love thyself." Virgin joke. 8 pig.
Our Father who art in heaven. Hallowed be thy name.
like yourself, do you break down in tears thinking it's that?
No. Why? No. Why? Why would I? No. Ontario flag is something that you know, like you fly high in the air and you represent, right? I'm an Ontarian. I'm a Torontonian. This is what I represent, right? If you're from Jamaica, you represent the Jamaican flag, right? It's just a flag, man. Don't change it around. Don't make any alterations to it. Nothing like that. I don't think we.
Like, there's an element to which I kind of agree with him, which is like, who cares? It's just a symbol, just fucking like whatever. But then there's the other part of it that I disagree with, which is like, why do we need a team to represent Ontario? Like, why? Why?
Well, it's also like, why can't your flag be representative of the people that are inhabited by that area, right? Like, you're not a fucking British colony. You don't need the. We have this fucking conversation, I feel like, every 3 months in America, because we have a few, as we call them, territories that are not included on our on our flag, and we routinely deny them statehood so that they can be excluded. Like DC's not on there. Puerto Rico, Guam, American Samoa, all the occupied territories of the USA, not on there.
Guantanamo Bay, not on.
We don't need to talk about that.
But the other like weirder part of that is like, it's not even like you said like we're not a British colony anymore. I mean, like we quasi are, like we got our independence, but vaguely, and it's like we still have the Queen, and like it's like the reason why the Union Jack is still on our fucking flag in Ontario is because we didn't really like cut ties in the same way that that you guys did. uh, but then it's like still, it's like why hold? I think one of them brings up the history angle too, but it's just like why hold on to that? Like again, if like other people are now living here where they're like colonization is bad, you know, the fact that the British did all this and we don't want to represent that as have that be our symbol of representation, then like yeah, change it. Who the fuck cares? Who the fuck cares? If it makes people happy, change it. I don't give a shit.
We should be erasing the past and changing all this. Let's just learn from it so that we don't make the same mistake again versus trying to tear everything down. It's a part of our history. Not everything's good, but that's how we learn as a civilization.
When you see the flag,
I love the erasing our past thing is always so silly to me. And I always go back to the fact that the city of Kitchener used to be called the city of Berlin. And almost nobody knows that anymore. And it almost doesn't matter. It's such a like historical who cares. For those who want to know why it used to be called Berlin and why it changed to Kitchener. Because during World War One, people didn't want to be associated with Germany anymore. And they changed their name from Berlin to Kitchener. That's all. But like, again, was our history erased because of that? It was a city name. No one fucking cares. Kitchener still hosts Oktoberfest. It's still known for being more German than the rest of Ontario. And good for it. Have a good time. Go to Kitchener for some schnitzel. No one cares.
flag of Ontario, sir, are you personally offended by it?
I never seen the flag of Ontario.
Oh, you've never? Are you new to the province or?
Nah, I've lived here for 12 years.
He's okay.
If he should be offended by that, he should.
Love the guy just walks away.
I've never seen this flag. I've been here for 12 years. I gotta be honest. I've lived in states for. I've lived in what 3 different states, 3 or 4, and I couldn't tell you what their fucking flags are.
Yeah,
I couldn't fucking tell you. So I can't be mad at the guy. Like I also couldn't tell you what my state flag is.
Yeah. Nope. I can't tell you what like some of the other provinces are. There is a swastika on LOL. Where is the swastika on? Did I miss something? I heard it was a decision forced from elites in Toronto. Oh, there's a swastika, Ontario. Is there? Like a city? Let's check this out. Did they change their name? Swastika, Ontario. Oh my god, there is. Swastika is a small community founded around mine site in Northern Ontario, Canada in 1908. Today it is within the municipal boundaries of Kirkland Lake, Ontario. How about that? Why didn't they change their name?
There's a swastika, New York, apparently too.
There you go.
There you go.
There you go.
New York and Ontario confirmed Nazis.
Yeah. Well, we still have statues dedicated to Nazis. One of them is in Oakville, I think. There you go.
That's such a coincidence because we might have had a president that may or may not be a Nazi.
Yeah.
I gotta be careful. I don't want the NSA, knocking on my door saying, "Can we have a word?" So you can't say one way or the other, but we know which way we're leading.
There was good people on both sides, right? Fine people on both sides.
He should be offended by a lot of things. Because even his horse right here, he should be offended by these hearts because these hearts is actually doesn't mean the representation of love. Because that right there, that's a sign of the Pope's ass. If y'all look at it upside down, that's an ass right there.
You know what? Now that you mention it, but please.
I don't think David Menzies gets the joke.
I don't think so. I don't think he's quite there.
Yeah, no. Think about it. Every heart is really every Valentine's heart is really, depending on your perspective of looking at it, is actually the Pope's ass. Thank you, gentlemen on the street. Oh my God.
Jesus Christ.
Sir, don't give these people any ideas.
Oh, hell no, hell no, hell no. Sometimes you got to give ideas to get some people to wake up, you know what I'm saying?
100%.
To come back to reality, you know what I'm saying?
Now, by the way,
I've been fucking woken up. Every time I see a hearts now, I'm gonna think it's a Pope's ass. So. Thank you, fellow.
when you see the flag of Ontario, are you personally offended?
Last time I seen it, I broke down in tears.
No.
The Irish guy. Is that sincerity or not? I broke down in tears. Oh,
Jesus Christ.
I hope that is sincerity. I hope so much it's sincerity.
What about yourself, sir? Do you break down in tears when you see the provincial flag?
No, I don't break down in tears, but I know what you mean about everybody wanting to change everything.
Yes.
I think that's wrong.
Yeah, I have to agree. I think that there's a point to where too much happens as far as the need or want or desire for change. That there still has to, we still have to keep the foundation of, what we've all done from a history side. And then for a future as well, we have to decide what it is that we really want to do. What's our right direction?
So, I'm trying to get me to try to coherently explain this. So,
Never before have I heard so many words to say so fucking little.
we need a foundation, okay? In order so that you could decide what to do and where to go from there. So it's like you need the foundation, but what if like from that foundation then people are like, we want to get rid of the flag.
There is past and there is future. You decide.
It's just
That's it. That's all I got.
like this to me is probably typical of a lot of people. Where it's like it's just so not well thought out. It's just like, why are things changing?
No, you think that's the way people are?
Like
Yeah.
things are changing? I'm like, why?
You think some people just like haven't really thought about the shit that they as true in the world? You think that might be what people do, huh? You
No,
think
that's
they don't use
definitely
that
what
big
people are
brain
doing.
that they got to fucking think through things critically, huh? What you thinking? You lived through 5 years of fucking Trump, and that's what you think, huh?
Listen, Elrod, what you need is a foundation in order to think about what comes next. And that foundation, the foundation of all society and all thought that builds on the next, is our flag. If you get rid of that, everything goes to hell,
That's right. Without a flag, you can't even be a province.
Yeah.
How can you be a province if you ain't got no flag?
Oh my God.
You're so right. I mean, the
You're
Ontario
so
flag
right.
goes back 150
You
years.
are
It's
so
heritage, it's
right.
history, and yet, the cancel culture mob, they want things changed. And where does it end?
Yeah,
Where does it end, Elrod? Where does it end?
It's yeah. No, it's
I
you never
hate
fucking
these
know.
people. Jesus Christ, I hate these people.
that's the problem. It doesn't.
Yeah.
It really
It
doesn't
doesn't.
end. And we have to
We
have
are-
framework
we're
to be
abolishing
able to
everything.
make decisions in and to make choices. And there's a positive and a negative to every.
So before we touch base on that, I want to let you know I was curious about David Menzies' thing about your flag has been around for 150 years. Need to look that one up a little bit more. But did you know that in 2001, the North American Vexillological Association placed your flag 43rd in design quality out of 72 Canadian provincial, U.S. state, and U.S. territory flags? When you put them all together, it's like 43rd out of 130 or something. So it's not too bad, but definitely not in the top 10, right?
No, but you see, you need to have a framework, and that framework consists of a flag. In order to make choices, you can't make choices without a framework that is a flag.
That's right.
My God, there's positives and negatives. What is she saying? I want to listen to this again. It's so good.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
It really doesn't end. And we have to have framework to be able to make decisions in and to make choices. And there's a positive and a negative to everything. So we just have to be really careful and mindful as we're moving forward.
Well, folks, I think most of the people who weighed in on our question of what they would like to see replace the flag of Ontario, they did so in a tongue-in-cheek fashion. I didn't get the sense that anyone is offended by Ontario's provincial flag. It's just, yet again, another senseless act of the cancel culture mob trying to fix a problem that doesn't exist. And I guess the question arises, what will be next for them to cancel? Well, we're right here at ground zero. Don't get used to the word Dundas or Young Dundas Square anymore. The city is going to be changing that name to prevent any more future hurt feelings. Oh, sure, it's only costing millions and millions of dollars to do so, but if it's all about protecting snowflakes, then so be it. For Rebel News, I'm David the Menzoid Menzies.
Yeah, 2 cars. Damn, he interviewed 7 people? I guess he's got a complete picture. I want to add to that, too. It's like, you can't, it would be one thing as well if you walked up to them and be like, does this flag offend you? And have them all go, no, not really. And then be like, what about Canadians who have relatives or themselves immigrated from India and don't like the fact of a Union Jack existing on the flag and think it would be better if we remove it because it reminds them of the fact that they were colonized by Britain? I'm guessing some people might shift their opinions on that, or you would get different perspectives. But of course, David never brings that up. He's just like, well, what's wrong with this? And then have the people be like, I don't think it should change because what we need is a framework. Oh my God.
Don't fix what isn't broken. If it reminds you of thousands of years of subjugation, keep it. Keep it as a reminder. Remember the bad times. Keep it on there.
That woman reminds me of so many people I know in my life. And it's just like, for them to say you need a framework in order to make choices, and yet people are choosing to say, hey, maybe we should not have this thing. And she's going, nope.
Hello, my rebels. Hello, my rebels. I'm a good boy. I'm a weirdo.